The Phoenix Suns are currently, and in my opinion, undebatably the best team and most talented team in the entire NBA, to the point to where I don't think it's really fair when they are fully healthy. And of course, I mean, if you think about who created an unfair super team, you had to think of a certain player, you would think of Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant, like, if you really think about how his career has gone so far, he is kind of like that spoiled, rich, white suburban kid. Like, he's never had to struggle for anything in his life. Like, honestly, like, or at least in his NBA career. Like, just look at his NBA career to this point. He got drafted into the Thunder, who already had Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Both would go on to be MVPs, and then obviously they had himself. Then he went to Golden State, literally already one of the best teams to ever be assembled before he got there. He added himself to that, and of course they were just completely unfair. Then he went to Brooklyn, where he had James Harden and Kyrie Irving. Now, they didn't win anything, but still, that's a crazy team. And now he got traded to the Phoenix Suns, where he has Devin Booker, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Ayton as his teammates. Like, this dude literally has never had a team that wasn't considered an absolute super team for its time. And like I said, this team is absolutely no different. And the biggest struggle Durant has had for his entire career is the fact that people found his burner account and they call him sensitive on Twitter. Like, that's like the most adversity Kevin Durant has had to go through. Obviously, outside of that little, Achilles injury. I mean, I guess that's probably a little bit bigger than Twitter drama, but still. But this video is not about Durant. It's mainly about how unfair the Phoenix Suns are going to be when they do ultimately get fully healthy, because there have been reports that Durant is planning on coming back a little bit before the playoffs actually do start. So they're going to be fully healthy once again. But even in the small sample size where we saw the big four, I guess you could say, fully healthy, they went 3-0. And now, like I said, extremely small sample size, as in those 3 games, they had a point differential of plus 24, meaning that in those 3 games combined, they won them by a 24-point margin, and that's extremely impressive. Now, I know what you could be thinking, like, dude, it was 3 games, like, anyone can do that, and you would be correct. But even just beyond their few very small sample size where we have seen them be able to have success together, the team just makes sense and works when they're fully healthy. And what I mean by that is, like, most teams that have this much talent are pretty much just throwing things at the wall and hoping to God they stick. Like, for example, the Brooklyn Nets that he was just on was an example of that. They signed Kyrie, signed Durant, and signed James Harden. And yes, it was a good team on paper from a talent perspective, but they don't really work and fit together. But this team kind of really fits together like a well-oiled machine, as, I mean, just look at it. From just even their best 2 players, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, them 2 individually are already 2 of the best scorers in the entire NBA and can score anytime they want to. But now you put them together and it takes tons of pressure off of both of them, and since they both are so capable of scoring with the ball in the hand at all 3 levels, you can no longer double team them, because the other one's gonna kill you if you do that. So you can no longer double team either one of them, and they're gonna get a lot more one-on-one matchups, and it's gonna be almost impossible to guard that or stop them, and one of them is going to be having a good day pretty much no matter what, because of all the pressure or all the focus that's gonna be on the other one on any given night. And then also, I mean, even beyond that, look at now who their point guard is in Chris Paul. Now, yes, Chris Paul is no longer the scorer he used to be, but now he doesn't need to be, because now he doesn't need to take on any of the offensive load, because Durant and Devin Booker are that good on that side of the ball. Now Chris Paul only has to focus on what he does best, which is passing the ball, and he is legitimately one of the best passers in the entire NBA. He has great court vision, and that veteran presence, he is going to be a great guy to have bringing the ball up the floor every single possession. They're not going to be able to speed him up, he's not going to turn the ball over, and he's going to be able to get the ball into the hands of his scorers like Kevin Durant and Devin Booker in their most optimal positions. So he is going to be a great player to have. And then on top of that, if Devin Booker and Kevin Durant are somehow both having equally off nights, Chris Paul is still more than capable of going for 20-25 points when he has to, so he is not like a liability when it comes to scoring the ball or anything. So I do think them 3, with Chris Paul being your 3rd option and him being such an elite passer, it is only going to benefit all of them. And then even a guy like DeAndre Ayton, who is the 4th guy on the team, which is crazy to say, DeAndre Ayton now can only focus on rebounding and taking high efficient shots, and that is exactly what we saw, as in those 3 games that we watched them play, DeAndre Ayton's rebounds per game went up, and also his field goal percentage went from a 59% field goal percentage to a 65% field goal percentage. So there was a clear show that he is getting better looks, more one-on-one opportunities, and if DeAndre Ayton, although his points might go down a little bit because obviously you have to share the rock more when Durant's on the team, now his numbers are probably going to go even higher when it comes to efficiency. He can focus on what he does best, and his scoring opportunities opportunities are going to come much, much easier because no one's really going to be trying to focus on locking down DeAndre Ayton, and it's just going to make his life so much easier. And with how good all four of them work together, I think this big four is so talented and so skilled, and they work together so well. This team is almost certainly has to work out, and they're very different from most super teams because, like I said, they're not just throwing stuff at a wall and hoping it sticks. They kind of strategically built this team to the point to where all these talented pieces work together, and they're not trying to shove any square pieces in a round hole, kind of to say. And to really recap everything I just said, basically, I think that they have an extremely good team that's going to fit together very well, and they're going to be working at an extremely high level due to their talent and just all their fits together. And then on top of that, we've already seen in the small sample size when they're fully healthy how good this team can be, and they have never lost as a big four when they're fully healthy. They've looked dominant in pretty much every game, and I think for sure that's going to continue, and I cannot see a team beating this team fully healthy in a 7-game series. But unfortunately, guys, that's coming for this video. So comment below, do you agree with me? Do you think that the Suns are going to be very, very good? Who do you think they win the finals? Who do you think can beat them? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you like the point, hit the like button and subscribe button. I mean, the app support me, and I hope you have a blessed day, because I had a blessed day, so you need to have a blessed day. All glory to God. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Boo. Blah.